What's up, Eric? How you doing?
Live from Omaha, Nebraska at the Nebraska Brewing Company. Come on down and
Already enjoying some craft beers, huh?
got that
Hey, I
craft
do
beer.
before we jump in, I gotta do this. I gotta show this comment because Tonto's lost his
not
reign again.
here.
Mel, thank you for joining. I already see who's
Appreciate you.
joining our show today.
Hey,
I'm looking forward to this guest.
yeah.
As
Oh, we
always.
like we said pre-show, man. Almost a year and a half, right?
Yep.
And what was funny was I'd always send him an email. Oh yeah, hey, you know who has a better story than me, and she makes cookies. So I know she got a little cookie making going on too. So
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying.
There you go. But hey, Tonto, you've been knocked off. I don't know. Oh, look at there he is.
There it
is. He's busy tonight, but he got knocked off. What's up, Tynomite? Thank you for the subscription. We saw that, so thank you for that.
Appreciate it, guys.
So welcome to the Contagion Effect, where we talk to our wonderful veterans throughout the country, and end up talking about some mental health and just their lives and sharing their experiences. So excited to get into another show. There's my mom. Look at Eric showing off. There's the brewery, Nebraska Brewing Company.
Nebraska Brewing Company. It's on like 108th Street in the middle of Omaha.
Aren't all the streets like numbered there?
Bro, there's like 200 of them. It's like 200 of them. No, what was funny about it is,
and it's veteran owned.
Yeah, veteran owned. I don't know I know the backstory, but I'm forgetting the details right now. But we've reached out, and hopefully something in the works for us with Nebraska Brewing. Good beer. Awesome. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. Solid IPA right here.
So Eric is coming live from Nebraska as he prepares to join the Hero Stock 2023 crew.
Peeps, man, I'm telling you, put it on your calendar next year. I know the date's changing, but this is for our veterans. It's for law enforcement. It's a way to give back. First responders. Yeah, man, it is dope. Taylor, thanks for coming down and hanging out with me.
Yeah, look at you had one of your visitors.
Well, so what's funny is on my computer it says 6:02 Pacific Standard Time, and on the phone it wasn't. It was 8 o'clock, so it was like 5:30. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get down there, set stuff up. I'm like, hey Mike, where you at? Yeah, I'm driving back from Odessa. I'm like, bro,
you're supposed to be on the show.
He's like, you're like Central Time Zone, right? I'm like, son, like, yeah. So I've literally been down here freaking fighting, nursing a couple beers and fighting this.
We appreciate you, Tynomite. We're not veterans
either. Mark, what is up?
What's up, Mark?
Guys. Yeah, no, appreciate you guys coming in, dude. That's a
P3.
EM plus me E plus we 3.
Oh, breaking out.
I butchered it, but he'll get to
it. So Eric's been going since like 1:30 this morning, which is a normal day. Only problem is it would be 5:30 this time.
Yeah, so it's a normal day. I literally got up a half hour early because I started the coffee, and I knew Nana she had stayed the night, so she didn't have to drive 45 to our house and then to San Francisco. And it was funny because I'm sitting there driving. I'm like, getting ready to take the Mountain House exit to go to work. I'm like, oh yeah, come back over. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going there. So
such a habit.
It was good. No.
There you go.
I appreciate San Francisco Airport. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm not talking trash about Denver International or whatever the hell they call Epley Field or Epley freaking
wherever you are. Why?
I'm in Omaha, bro. No, I like the way San Francisco is set up. There's actual restaurants. There's not like vending machines. There's a lot of vending machines.
Denver has restaurants in it,
bro. There's three different levels. They're set up like barracks.
Denver has stuff. I've been.
If you're on one of those three, I was at. Dude, hey, let's talk about airplanes, right? So here's the thing. They go fast, bro.
Eric's message to me this morning, dude. Airplanes go fast.
Listen, I am a airplane snob now. I know, like I've flown on Alaska a couple times now.
Okay.
And I'm like, ooh, this is cool. And I've flown on the flight that I'm on, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't cool. It's a great plane though, but I did get trimmed up, bro. Did you see that last night? We got a little waxing going on. No nose hair.
Eric likes sharing all that. When Martha was around, we'd always get to see it.
Well, that was the last time Cammy did the last time. That was
that's right. Cammy's doing it.
Yeah. So no, anyways, we're all over the place, but yeah, man, I'm excited about this tonight. You know, it's been he's had a name change. Our guest has a name change, and he's got his YouTube channel up again, and it's just fun to see it because the production side of what he does is just amazing. Right. It's just awesome, man. I appreciate the openness that he has too. So,
let's get some Gary going.
Yeah,
Gary's traveling. Oh, Gary's going towards you, isn't he?
I don't know. I texted him like 3 times this week and he never responded. So, I got your Alaska Airlines.
Do you dread having to do your taxes? Does the mere thought of it make your head spin? Miller's Mobile Tax Service is here for you. We will handle your individual or business taxes. We will come to you to prepare your taxes. We are skilled, professional, and ready to get started for you. Call 209-678-8515. So Gary's in Alaska? I don't remember him saying that, but
I think he's
or is he playing
Alaska Airlines?
Oh, all right.
That's what I'm saying.
And Mark, it's guy liner, not wearing eyeliner. He's got guy liner on.
I'm all kinds of sexy, bro.
Yes, and speaking of Miller's Mobile Tax Service, I did take over their social media, so we're slowly getting it all set up. So make sure, unfortunately, their other account was hacked. So follow Millers_mobile_tax_service.
And check out Miller Consulting for all of your social media needs.
It's not. So Eric, real quick, how was your week?
Yeah, it was cool, man. I mean,
he is in Juneau.
Oh,
go see Tonto. Where's Tonto at?
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I thought he was going to Hero Stock, and you said he got first class style. Yeah,
that's all right.
No, my week was cool because I got to train for the first part of the week, and it's nice to have guys that are excited about a new job.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was cool. Yeah, I mean, no, if you're there, if you're here, if you were here, dot.
This is how it works on our show. We just thoughts that come along, and then
you got to say hi to people. You got to say hi to people.
All right. So you were training, then we took off
for
Nebraska.
We came off. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I love my mom. She's 70 years old. She's a dime. She's a dime. She's a beaut. I love it. It's
Anna Penny's a wonderful woman.
Anna Penny's awesome. She's been through a lot of shit, and for her to be here I'm excited for her to be here.
There you go, Mel. And you guys can go. Tonto will show you around.
I'll give you an open invite. Next year is my 50th birthday. I will give you dates if you guys would like to cruise up, fly to Seattle, and then cruise up to Seattle or Alaska.
Hey, we probably can get you a personal concert with Schaefer Mueller.
Yeah, if he gets back from Louisiana.
There you go. Once he's back home. So
how about that trip, dude? How about that? If he's from Louisiana, go to Juneau and then say, "Oh, hey, by the way." No, seriously, Ken, seriously, that's what I want to do too. I want to go catch it and then cook it that night.
There you go. See, you bet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be a different taste right there. That'd be awesome.
Fresh, not wild caught.
Not frozen at all.
Fresh, frozen, flash.
There you go.
Frozen.
So we did a thing last night.
How was your weekend? How was your week?
I mean, it was nice to have a 5-day little break.
Yeah.
We did, obviously last week we talked about the funeral, and then Friday we went wine tasting. Saturday and Sunday, I think we had the grandbabies one of those days, and then Monday was a nice chill day. But last night we bought a bread oven.
It's taking off, dude. I told you.
Oh yeah, well, paparazzi's just, for those of you who've seen the post, man, it's just like today she delivered what was it, 15 loaves, and if she could cook more, she would have had more.
Well, guess what? Your wish is her command.
Yeah.
Her command is your wish, whatever that is.
Right. So
what'd you do?
Let's get into some Scotty. We'll save war for the end.
All right.
Tonight. You good with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I know your head's already pounding.
Hey,
and
you know that you could watch Contagion Effect show.
No, we'll wait.
Yeah, the times and places, they may change, but one thing stays the same. The stories that they tell about going through hell. If you think they wouldn't do it all over again, well, you just don't know them. The memories that they own of the ones who didn't make it home, yeah, sure do miss them, but they keep them all living in the stories that they tell.
All right, Eric. You ready for
Concert
this?
on Saturday night from Ashland, Nebraska. Scotty Hastings.
She's cooking a ton of bread, Mark.
Tons.
A ton of bread.
Tons
Lots of
bread.
sourdough, lots of other things.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mel. We love our intro. Thanks to one of our guests who will be at Hero Stock 2023, Scotty Hastings.
It's actually here. You know, it's like that's what the crazy part.
Yeah,
And,
we've been talking about it for how long?
Yeah, I mean, we've been podcasting about it for a while now, right? But you know, we're going to extend the invite to everyone, and you know, next year it'll be bigger and better and awesome. And you know, I know we got a couple people from Minnesota coming down, and Wisconsin and Indiana, all over. Man, it's just
killing me, Mark. Killing me.
Good deal.
Sometimes my words work the way they want to, sir. All right,
but
Eric,
no, so
get it going.
we're just going to get right to it because I've been chasing Ken for a cool minute, as the kids say. And you know, back a year and a half ago, whenever I started watching some of the beard care products and that he did in the reviews, and I'm just like, dude, like this guy's got it down. Like he knows how to put a product on the channel and advertise it and just let it do its thing. And the cool thing was there was some real talk involved, right? And so you know, I don't want to stop. I don't want to drag it on anymore, but I want to introduce Ken Sallee. Welcome to the Contagion Effect show. If I hit the button, Mike's going to back you back out. So there,
I saw you going for it. So I want Ken to come in once.
Yeah, Ken. Yeah, thanks, Ken. Thanks for joining us, man.
No, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. And do that intro. Your intro is better than mine. That was amazing.
No, it's just because of Scotty. It's
AnJEllakConsulting.com.
Nah,
I'm telling you.
Well, the music and the graphics, your logo back, it was pretty cool. I liked it.
It was fun to make, and I won't tell my secret, but it was fun to make. So I do have to share because you asked, Ken. So first off, welcome to the show. Thank you for finally joining us. But while you guys were talking about salmon fishing, I got something shared with me. So let me go pull that up real quick. And
I didn't
look what got shared. That's all
baby.
Nice and fresh right there.
Yes.
So that's what you have to look forward to if you go up and see Tonto. He's a good dude.
I'm telling you, next year for my 50th, where I'm cruising up there, man. I'll put the dates out there if you guys want to join. They got a 7-day cruise out of Seattle, Washington, up to Alaska.
Hey, look there's Joey. We haven't seen Joey for a while.
Hey, yo, I agree with you, Joey. Why does the Chiefs get to do the tomahawk chop and all that stuff? But yeah, you guys had to change your whole damn name.
Who knows now? Jeez. Look at Ken is a handsome guy. He is a handsome guy.
Dude. Yeah.
She tells me that. She tells me that.
Dude. What's fun
right
about
now or what?
Say that again, Eric.
I said, are you on her account right now or what?
Yeah, I like that. I'm logged in. Yeah.
He's got like 4 screens in front of him, right?
Oh, dude, you don't even understand, dude. You don't even understand.
Is he handsome, shot. Joey? You got to say, just like Mel, he's handsome, and you got to do the heart eyes and everything.
Yeah. What's up?
I touch his beard.
Hey, you know what that beard probably smells like? Right? It probably smells like a little lemongrass and a little like. What do you got in it right now, Ken?
Today is I'm wearing Stone's Trace by Johnny Ray. It's coffee, leather. Forget what else is in it, but it's good. Leather.
Go check out his. Hold on, I got you right here.
Look at Joey. I remember Ken back in 3-digit subscriber range.
Yeah, we've been following each other for a while, man. It's great to see you.
That's awesome. That's what's great about this world is we've just, you get to come across so many amazing people, and then on top of that, we're coming across some creators and then veterans, right? So Ken's been a long time in the works, and we appreciate, unfortunately life happens, and sometimes life throws us little roller coasters that we have to ride along on, and finally the stars aligned and we got it worked out. So we are super happy to have you on.
Yeah, no, we started talking. You guys asked me, like you said, probably about a year and a half ago. We were working on selling the house.
Right.
We sold the house. We moved to Wisconsin, bought our house in Wisconsin, and then the house caught on fire in Wisconsin. And then we went to a hotel, then to a rental, and we just got back into our house. So that was 9 months ago. We just got back into our house about a month ago now. A couple days ago.
8 months. That is,
that's fast.
I don't do well with change, like living circumstances change. So I'd struggle with that. He won on Ken's channel once.
I remember him winning something. I don't remember what it was though.
Probably a doobie roller.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't even think it gets it, but I don't give that kind of stuff away.
Or it's a head scrubber or something. Ken used to be.
I'm in a beard scratcher. Sorry.
There you go.
Well, Ken, again, thank you for joining. So I always like to start, like learning a little bit about who you are and kind of where you came from, because I think that helps mold us into the people we are. Whether, the upbringing was great or whether maybe not so great, right? We all have different upbringings, and it shows the character of who we are and why we're at where we're at sometimes. So, so for you, where did you grow up, as I stutter through that?
So yeah, so Joey said you used to be involved in Kentucky somehow. So when he started following me, I was Bluegrass Bearded. That was my original beard channel name.
Okay.
I'm originally from Kentucky. Grew up in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, so right outside Fort Knox. We talked a little backstage, and like you said, sometimes life is good, sometimes it's not. For me, childhood was not. People have all kinds of reasons for joining the Army. Mm-hmm. My sole reason was to get out of my hometown, was to get away from family. I grew up in an environment that there was always drugs around, hardcore stuff, right? Not just, but hardcore stuff. My mother was a drug addicted, alcoholic, abusive person. Spent most of my time with my grandmother, and this story right now is so fresh because, we kind of talked about it backstage a little bit,
right.
But, so the beard products that I'll go into it quickly. The beard products that I'm working on right now, I'm sort of giving my review away. So if anybody's in here from that follows me, you're getting a little preview. I'm working on a review for a beard product, and one of the scents that this company sent me, it's called 1947, and the scent profile is like espresso and like cream, so like coffee cream or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm drawing a blank on what else is in it, but it smells exactly like waking up in my grandmother's house. Okay. She would get up every morning, make breakfast for my grandfather, and I was there most of the time, so we'd have breakfast, and this stuff reminded me so much of waking up in my grandmother's house. It was incredible. So I was talking to the owner about that last night. Like, man, my grandmother died in 94, right? Which was 5 years before I joined the Army. I was 13 years old. But the memories that brought back were just crazy. So then this morning I started looking for, pictures of my grandmother. I started looking for her obituary, anything I could find. And she died in 94. So there was really there was internet, but it wasn't like now, obituaries are everywhere. You can find pictures of everybody.
You don't have a cell phone, your cell phone in the cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't have a lot of pictures from childhood anyway, just because of, the environment that I was in. But honestly, some of my earlier pictures that I even have to share with people are me in uniform. So that's really how it is. So anyway, all that to say that, this morning I was looking for anything I could find about my grandmother. And I actually found out this morning that my mother passed away.
Wow.
September of last year. Now, and I don't want this to sound cold, but I'm okay, right? We never had a relationship. I expected something like that long before now. Right. I honestly never knew. I knew she moved to Texas, but didn't really know where or anything. So, just found it out today. So that kind of brings full circle.
Yeah, that is
what we're talking
crazy.
about here.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, I joined the Army to get out of my hometown, and honestly, it was the best decision I ever made because I made an Instagram post and said this morning, but there was two things in this world that raised me: it was my grandmother and it was the Army. So I owe both of them, I mean, my life, where I'm at now in life.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's me. Grew up in Kentucky. Joined the Army in '99. I stayed active duty until 2005, which I got injured, had to medically discharge, but remained a civilian. So I worked for the Army, either soldier or civilian, for 23 years, just retired last July.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's been an amazing life. Even given everything that happened as a kid, I mean, I'm in a good place.
Right.
And it's all because of my grandmother. I mean, honestly, she shielded me from a lot of stuff growing up. So yeah, that's great that you still had the support and all of that. I did have, to take it back a little bit with what you're talking about. Did you know, I mean, really growing up, sometimes when you're in that rough of a life, you just think this is my life. This is what everybody deals with.
You know that it's wrong.
Did you know what you were dealing with was bad?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't explain it, right? That's why I'm stuttering. It's hard to explain.
Right.
I don't know how, other than just having at least that one stable adult in my life.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it was, is that things were a lot more like, if I go to grandma's, everything's normal.
Yeah.
He's not doing, and that's where I'm saying, that's why I'm asking is did you understand that it was actually as bad as it was? Because that may have been all you seen.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I always knew that what I was living in, what I was seeing was just not right.
Right.
It's one of those situations where there's always, I think she was married like 8 or 9 times. I mean, there was always different people in and out of the house, drinking, drugs around, I think the first time that I had to call paramedics because she overdosed, I think I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
So, man,
I just knew.
And you had to call.
I had to call. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, are you only child?
Well, so
or did yes 8 or 9?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So I had a sister. Me and my sister were about 2 years apart. Unfortunately, she went the route of my mother, and at 17 she committed suicide. So
sorry.
I was in E3 in Fort Jackson. That's an even funny story too, because I went to basic and AIT at Fort Jackson and then became permanent party at Fort Jackson somehow. I'm still not sure how that ever happened, but it happened. But anyway, I was permanent party at Fort Jackson. I got a phone call, get the Red Cross message. My sister had, committed suicide at 17 years old. So she kind of fell into the same stuff,
wow.
Using hardcore drugs. So,
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what was your NMLS whenever you went? I hate to say it like
so Joey likes taking us off track.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn your good grooming and fashion? We'll come back to that.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I can talk about that too.
Yeah. So you sign up, you know that you're, hey, I gotta get out. Like it is what it is. Was there something specific that you were looking for when you signed up?
No, just to get out.
Just
to get on a plane. Yeah.
So where was your basic?
So basic training was Fort Jackson. So I went in I had a really good recruiter. I know a lot of guys can't really say this sometimes, but I had a really great recruiter. We're actually still friends on Facebook.
Oh, that's cool.
He basically gave me the path I needed to really, so I was finance. I started off as finance. I was a 43 Charlie, which I think now it's like 44 Bravo or something like that. I was finance, but then even when I was in Germany doing finance, I got detailed to help with a data center thing where they were replacing some exchange servers and stuff.
Wow.
So you became an IT guy.
Became IT at that point. Yeah. Became IT. And that's still what I do to this day. So I've been IT now for 20 years.
Do a great job too, dude. I'm telling you. I mean, I love watching the videos, dude. Just the way that, man, it's just detailed, dude.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Your all's production is good here too now. I mean,
Let me see what I got. Boxes back here. What I got? Yeah,
Tonto. My recruiter is a Raiders fan, so I should have known he would have swindled me for good.
Now what we got like 5 or 7 recruiters on. I mean,
we do. We've had a bunch of recruiters, but we've had a couple other guys that were like, "Hey, I'm still friends with my recruiter," and but then we've heard the horror stories of, my recruiter told me this, and then something totally different ended up happening.
I know they're out there. Look, when I was in basic training, we had this female. She didn't make it. She ended up not finishing basic training, and it was a train wreck from the start. I don't know her story, and I'm absolutely not at all picking on her because I don't know her story.
Yeah.
But she said some questionable things. She told our drill sergeant we were all getting smoked one night. I don't remember what happened or why, but we're all getting smoked. And she stood up. She stood there. And, drill sergeant's like, get down, private, get, all the yelling at us. And she's like, I'm not doing anything you tell me. She's like, my recruiter told me that once I graduate, I'm going to outrank you. And we're all just like, okay. And the drill sergeant's like, oh, your recruiter said that, huh?
Let's call it right now.
Right. Well, you can call him after you give me some, give me a little PT, and then we'll talk. Okay.
Mel got in trouble for bringing a shower, a shower towel.
Shower towel.
As long as it was Army colors.
Right.
That's great.
That's great. Funny.
Yeah. So my wife, she's a veteran also. We met in Germany.
Oh, did you?
Oh, okay.
We did. Yeah. Yep. She was an MP. So she was more of a hardcore soldier than I was.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to say that.
Well, again, like I said before, it might have been pre-show, but you're always, hey man, my story sucks, but my wife's, I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
I remember that. I remember there was a time when we were talking about that because I think we both had kind of joined one of his shows, and that was a conversation that popped up.
Well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a woman. We're gonna do a female forum,
like round table.
Yeah, we're gonna do that pretty soon. Probably maybe the beginning of the year. I mean, we're right around that Christmas time now. We had to pluck off Christmas, which I saw that you did, and I'm like, a couple dates in December, and I'm like, okay, let's do it for January. So Mel, be on the lookout for it.
There you go.
We'll sit her right here. We'll sit her here
with the new recruiting videos, buggies, and cool guy shit. I got none of it.
Oh, it's a different world now. I don't know what time period he's talking about, really, but man, it's a different world now. I guess soldiers can have like cell phones and basic now and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, did you see the Marine Corps? Their what the assistant commandant, I forget what his title was, but they're putting out TikToks that they're gonna they're asking for soldiers' feedback and doing all this stuff. Like, we want to make things better for you. Like, it's a crazy TikTok that's going on, and it's really the Marine Corps putting it out.
Wow.
And that when we come to your base, we want to talk to you, and we're going to have roundtables and do all this stuff to make it a better Marine Corps for you. It's out on, they have it on all the major, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere.
And then they want to know why the kid in the corner go for a timeout.
Right. That was not happening in the 90s. The only feedback you gave was yes, drill sergeant, or no, drill sergeant.
You're getting your ass kicked. All right, Mel. Thank you. Thank you for the warning.
Yeah. She's going to give some cookies. Watch.
So, Ken, you were in
no more.
99 to about 05, right? Is what I heard.
Active duty, right?
Active duty. Now, were you deployed during that time?
Deployed to Kosovo.
Okay.
And then I got hurt before Iraq really kicked off, so didn't go there.
Okay. So Kosovo, what'd you get to do there? Were you IT there?
I was. So I went to I was K4 Bravo. We actually deployed there. There's a group of us that went there with the Minnesota National Guard. Some of us went to Bonsteel, some went to Monteith. And we really went there just to provide support for them, to get them set up, get them going, and then hang out with them for their deployment. It was really cool. By then it was more of a peacekeeping thing.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was in the mid 90s where, bullets are flying everywhere.
Right.
But it was cool just to go with those guys and get them set up, and, got to go out and patrol with some infantry guys and go hang out and meet some locals. And it was a really cool Experience.
Nice. Joey, recruiting through Chinese-owned TikTok for the Marine Corps doesn't seem. I agree. And Mark's, my offspring's experiencing Club Med. Here's Tonto. So it was 2010 basic. The Marines ain't fighting dragons anymore, and they're recruiting. And they had the coolest sword and uniform in that fighting the dragon and the fire and everything. So, and Mark tons of did you drink a ton of Red Bull in Kosovo?
I did not, but I know it was there. Yeah, there was the chow hall was always open. They always had good drinks around. So they even had the non-alcoholic beers. So we had the O'Douls. You know, you can pick that up if you want
rock
to.
That O'Douls. and what young guys were like, oh, I'm drunk.
Right. Yeah, I didn't drink it, but yeah.
There you go. Chiefs up 14-7 now.
Technically, it's 13-7.
Oh, is it?
Yet.
All right.
Or the extra point field goal.
34th division. Red Bull.
He's talking. Okay, gotcha.
There you go. Oh, is that what it is? Sorry.
He's talking about the unit,
yeah.
not the drink. Yeah.
Stupid non-veteran military guy.
Well, I didn't catch it either. Yeah.
Silly guy.
Thanks for clarifying, Mark. Appreciate it. All right. So you were medically discharged,
right?
Will you share what happened, or is that something you don't want to talk about?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about it. I fell through a bridge. It was really stupid. We were out on a unit run. And there was a bad bridge in the middle of the woods, and I fell through it, and about tore my leg off. So,
damn.
Yeah, it was a crazy freak thing. You know,
was that here?
That was in Germany. That was in Germany. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And just tore your leg up?
Tore my leg apart. Yeah. So ligaments and tendons, and they wanted to do surgery in Heidelberg, and I was like, nah, I don't think so. Army medicine.
Right.
So did a lot of physical therapy and stuff. But my legs are still messed up, so can't run. I go do I can lift weights, but I can't run.
Well, that's why I do want to. I mean, we're going to talk about what you're going through now, your journey now. So that's why I'm like, now my head's spinning, because I'm like, dude, how'd he do what he's doing if he's not running a lot? So
yeah.
No, that's crazy. You got Mark B. Brown.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
And there's Gary. Yeah. All right, Mel's back. We can get back to the show now.
It's funny because I know Mark, but I don't know. I know him by his handle. So when I see Mark, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
It's Mark Brown. Mark. So Mark says, and I don't have any reason to think he's not being honest with me. Mark says that my channel is the first beer channel that he saw, and that's why he's in the community. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's cool. No, that's really cool.
Community is a big. It's a good community,
and he's got a nice beard going there. So
Mark's beard is outstanding. Yeah.
I got mine. Mine just wants to stop, and I've trimmed it and everything. It just wants to stop, but I can't do like the full on. Like my head just everything starts itching. So, all right. So
that's what all this back here is for.
I was just gonna say, man, you just opened up a whole can of worms. Dude.
I know. I'm gonna have to order a ton of stuff.
Yeah, Contagion Effect Beard Show.
Exactly. So the medical discharge. Did you pretty much know that was coming after the injury, or was that still kind of a surprise? You thought you were going to heal up and be good?
I wasn't surprised. I didn't know if it would happen or not, but I wasn't surprised because after Germany, went to Fort Bragg, and at Fort Bragg, if you can't jump, they don't really need you. So, I won't say I was surprised. It was a good thing, right? Again, everything that I've been through from childhood through everything has landed me in a good spot in life. So awesome. I can't complain.
That's awesome. And Joey's there, he's service connection is his specialty, since he does work with the
he's
VA,
a VA guy.
I didn't know that, Joey. That's awesome.
Yeah, he is a VA guy. So if you need any help,
you
know where to reach out.
Right. That's awesome. I had no idea.
What's happening?
And so Mel's service connected as well.
Right.
Wow. Well, we'll have to find out her story later.
We're going to.
I'll let her tell it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, the injury happens, you get discharged. Where are you at mentally? Where are you at? Like, okay, what am I doing next? And where are you and Mel at this point? Are you guys together at this point?
So at that point, we were not together yet. She was still in Germany when I left Germany. We didn't really stay together at that point. Nothing bad, no bad breakup or nothing, but just geographically, right? The Army is what it is. You get orders, you're not married. So,
right.
So yeah, we didn't stay together at that point. We actually got married. So I left Germany in 2004. And then we reconnected in 2015. Mm-hmm. And we've been married 8 years last month. So,
awesome.
Congrats. Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Thank you. But mentally, no, I was good. I mean, my biggest concern was, what am I going to do for work?
That's,
because it takes a long time to separate out, and then you're on terminal leave for a while. I'm applying for jobs at Fort Knox, but technically you can't work a civilian job while you're still, talking civilian government job while you're on terminal leave. There's some rules there. So, it was cool. I had a job landed at Fort Knox, and because I was on terminal leave, I was not able to take that job, but everything worked out. I got one, within 3 months. So
nice.
So yeah.
So you ended up still working on base.
Right.
And in an IT role, right?
Yep. Starting December 2005. Yeah, I was working an IT role in a finance office, still working for DFAS. So
an IT role in the finance office.
Right.
So just bringing it full circle some more.
Right.
Nice.
Got and some of the peeps coming in.
I know we got everybody joining in.
What's happening?
Hey, what's up, Ray?
C-Mail, we got to hear.
Oh yeah. See, I'll send you the link.
Humvee, man. We got to hear more about that.
Yeah.
I told you her story's a lot better than mine.
You did.
Well, not last week, but the week before, we had a guy, George Ratana, on, and he showed us his tank got hit by an IED, and he showed us the pictures of it. And it is like, you're like, how does anybody live through that? Like, it's just crazy. The stories and the things we get to see and hear on here is amazing. And then your guys' the positivity that you've all taken of it is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I said in my IG post this morning, when you've been through the stuff, especially as a kid that I dealt with, I mean, by the time I was 17, I'd already pretty much seen it all. So at this point, there's not much that you can really do to bother me,
Right.
I've seen it all. I won't say I've seen it all. Maybe that's not the right way to say it, but I've been through enough that, I've seen the bad side of life, and I want nothing to do with it. So I'm going to stay on the positive side, be happy, and, love others. That's what I do.
Hey, that's what we've seen from all your content. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just finished, you said last year, you just wrapped up the whole working for, the Army civilian role. It was last year, right?
Yeah, we decided to move up to Wisconsin. So, I had enough time in. I'm not drawing retirement yet because you have to be at the right age, but I've got the time in service. So it's a retirement, just not drawing any money yet. So yeah, July of last year. Yeah, my last day working for the Army was July 17th.
So we do have an important question apparently here. What do you think about puppets?
I think puppets are great. Yeah.
Joey's
our puppet.
Joey's our puppet. He is. He's being our little puppet master there. We'll let him enjoy it.
So are we talking about like actually doing a puppet show, or are we talking about something else?
With Joey,
you never know.
There's so many angles.
Gotcha.
It's only the first half, so it's probably something else.
Deferred retirement. There you go, Ken.
Yeah, she's the smart one in the house.
That's what she does all the paperwork, right?
Right.
Hey, my wife did all my dad's paperwork when we were dealing with the VA. She was somehow she figured it all out. So it was a great thing.
What's really cool, she worked for the VA after she got out of the Army. So she was in Milwaukee for, several years working for the VA. So she knows all the compensation disability stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's a great thing where Joey can be involved too, because Joey works in that world. So
that's awesome.
All right. So Eric, you first came across Ken as the content coach, or was it in the beard?
Ken, the content coach.
Yeah.
And what was cool was I sent him our link, and he took our page and was looking at different things, and that's when we kind of added some hashtags and stuff like that. I don't think.
Well, and we changed our thumbnail a little bit.
Yeah, we changed our thumbnail and had a picture. And the one thing we haven't done yet is actually take real pictures of us. So it's like that's one of the things. Like, yeah, bro. Like
we're big guys. We're not cool, super photogenic.
Yeah, But yeah, no, that's where I came across, and it's refreshing to have someone that has some viewers that are like, hey, dude, send me your shit or send me your stuff and let me look at it. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool, man.
Right. No, but he did it right on the show. Like he
right
literally,
there,
you comment, he pulls up your page right there on the show, and gives you great feedback. And I think I watched back the one where because I was like, okay, let me go listen what he says, because obviously you've been doing it longer than us. And I do, like, even with my social media business, I just do organic content. So for businesses, just to make them stay in the algorithms, right? I'm not doing any paid services or things like that. So
yeah, that show's still up. I mean, that channel's still up. I'm not doing anything on that channel anymore, but it's still there. It's a monetized channel. I don't know how much I'm making from it, but it's still there, you know.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. So where did you know, obviously we kind of heard that it was in the beard community, kind of where you got started, right?
Right.
And so what made you get into that? Because, you know, going through your Instagram, you know, and again, I want to talk about like your life, like kind of what you've done, especially over this last couple years, with your transformation, just body, mind, everything. But what made you jump into the beard world and that beard community?
So it's funny, right? I started growing a beard like the day I took the uniform off. I stopped shaving. I didn't want anything to do with shaving. Like I was done, right? Being forced to shave every day.
Yeah.
Tired of it. So ever since I left the Army, I've had, you know, either a goatee or a short beard or, you know, some kind of beard. I got to where I started to kind of grow it out long, and it didn't look good. Like it just kind of, you were talking about it being itchy and all this stuff. I was like, man, this sucks. Why does anybody grow these things out? And so, but I really wanted to do it right. At that time, I was working in an office environment, wearing a shirt and tie to work. And I wanted to grow the beard, but it just never looked good, right? Didn't look professional. So finally one time I was like, you know what, there's got to be something better. I had tried some stuff in Walmart. I had tried, you know, some of the stuff on the Walmart shelf and didn't like it. So I remember I was driving home from work one day and I typed in like beard, whatever on YouTube, you know, how to take care of a beard or whatever I searched. I came across Dancy Bearded's morning routine video. And that's where that's the first beard content that I saw on YouTube. And so started hanging out in his chats, and, you know, he's recommending products and, you know, talking about how these things work and what's good, what's not good, all that kind of stuff. And so I started buying this stuff, and, you know, it was good. It works. The stuff he's talking about, I'm like, hey, this is great. I'm actually growing a beard and it doesn't suck, you know?
Yeah. It smells good.
Yeah. So, I started, you know, wearing this stuff and using it, got involved in the community, was hanging out, you know, on Instagram with everybody else. Like, you know, you're talking about the beard community. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to make some videos too. I got some stuff here. I can make some videos. I proposed to Mel with a video. Like, I've always liked doing video stuff.
Okay.
Did you really?
I did. I made a video
awesome.
of me driving to pick up her engagement ring. And then, you know, had some stuff. We had, you know, we were in Germany together, had some pictures of us and some things like that in this video. So I put this video together, and that's how I proposed.
That's awesome.
See, I'm a video freak too. I love doing different videos.
Yeah, Mikey got me last year. Remember last year, because I blocked my birthday off, and so I'm blanking. Am I dead?
No, you're here.
Wow, everyone's froze. Sorry, everyone got froze all of a sudden. Yeah, so remember, because last year I blocked my birthday. He's like, oh, I'll get this guy. So I couldn't get access to our email. I'm like, what the heck? He's like, hey man, I got something for you. And he posted this video, and it was like everybody, you know, that was important or been on the show. And I'm like, oh man, like that got me. So yeah, Mikey's pretty good.
Look at it, Tonto. I'm glad my lady's in the bathroom. She don't need to hear this uber romantic stuff.
All right, I'll cut it off, Tonto.
Hey, I want to jump back up to Weatherbeard though. Weatherbeard Supply Company is actually, I mean, I can't think of his name right now, but I bought a few things off of him, because he would go Instagram live and he'd be doing the fill and he's like, oh, I got an order. He's like, oh, hey, thanks, Eric. And like it was just awesome to be like, hey, here's your order. Like, boom.
Because that was kind of in the early stages, right? Where those things were happening, and then that kind of became the flow of a lot of content.
Yeah. And again, I haven't been on Instagram that much, but yeah, no, it was awesome. It was great.
Actually, I've got a reel posted. His name's Corey.
Corey, yeah, sorry.
Also, they're a good friend of mine. We've hung out a few times.
Hi, Corey.
Yeah, he came to visit me in Kentucky. I mean, he's been to my house. Really good dude. And we're working on something too. So
thank you, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the new one.
Number one scent.
Yep, I got 4 like this, and we're working on something new. So.
That's on. Yeah, I did see you got 1, 2, and 3 on your Instagram.
Yeah, number 4 was upstairs. That's the one that I've been wearing. So, Yeah, Corey was on the show Monday. Yeah, good dude.
Yeah, he is, man. I love watching that stuff. And again, that's how I kind of, we kind of got hooked up together. And I'm like, dude, like we gotta get these guys. And it's fun to see the community, even though obviously, you went off and did your thing and then came back, and just to support everyone, right? So obviously, everybody in the chat, thanks for joining, because this is what it's about, is getting our veterans their story out there. And I mean, to be honest, how many people knew that you were a veteran?
I think most of these guys do, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something I really, necessarily post about all the time, but
right.
Most of the people closest to me know. Yeah.
No, it's on on some of your social media too, but
yeah, it is now. Yeah, I added that when I came back to doing the lifting stuff. I never, so it's funny, when we started moving from Kentucky to Wisconsin, I was only doing the I was just reading that.
Yeah, of course you was.
This is the one that I did. So I didn't. I there was a time where I was gonna like not really be a full-on creator like I am now.
Right.
And so I was just posting some weightlifting stuff, and I did put on social media, like, because it went along with the weightlifting thing, because I was a veteran who got out of the Army and gained a bunch of weight. I mean, 300 pounds, and now I'm a disabled veteran, 42 years old, trying to get back in shape. So if I can do it, anybody can,
Yeah. What's up, Scotty Hastings?
Well, and we didn't put the link for your Instagram, but we'll put that on the show notes.
I got it.
But check your story about the weight, right? You do well. So that's your beacons.
Yeah, there's all my links are there. Yeah.
So go check out his Instagram, because there's a little inspiration on there as far as the weight.
No, there is. Yeah, for sure.
And I think people can take from it, because even for me, like Eric and I are not small guys, but it's finding what's that thing that's going to get us to turn our minds to be able to do something.
And Ken said, hey, listen, he posted, he goes, listen, I was 300 pounds, that was it. He's like, I was done at that point. I was done. So I know you've lost you did the hard 75, and I believe you're still going. Are you still on that? So I mean,
no, I'm gonna start. I may start phase 1 the middle of the month. I'm still trying to decide if I want to do it again, because it sucks. It's hard. It's 75 hard for a reason. So I may get ready to start the next phase of it. But yeah,
there you go.
Oh, he's so that's the music
Scotty.
That was in your
thing.
Yeah,
that's our intro song,
dude. That intro is amazing.
No, whole song is amazing. He's gonna be a hero.
He's got a great story. He's got a great story. He was shot 10 times by one guy. I mean, most of us probably would have moved out of the way after he got shot once, but I mean,
he's
Scotty, just kidding.
He loves telling the story, and he just says, I had a bad day. It was just a bad day when it happened. Turned the corner, guy shot at him, and unfortunately one of the shots hit his trigger, so he couldn't shoot back. But luckily the guy's gun jammed up, so he couldn't shoot anymore.
Right.
And the rest of Scotty's team came around, and they finally ended up getting him. So
I have to make sure I catch that.
Yeah, we actually had him on last week. He joined us because he's going to be a hero stock, but great story. Episode 19 for us, I believe. But yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. We got a lot going on in the chat, man. I can't keep up with that. Here's where Ken's professionalism and his content creation comes in. If you notice, like you and I, we're so busy watching everything else because we're trying to watch the comments and watch it. Ken is so good at looking at the camera. Like he's so natural at it. And you could tell when he has to like look away.
Yeah.
And I've always struggled with that. Like just looking at the camera, even doing, for real estate, I do videos and I'm like, look at the damn camera. You got to look at the camera. And you are so natural at it.
Yeah.
It's because I started off not being, it's a lot of stuff comes from, really beating yourself up. I'm talking about me in my case,
right.
Trying to drill some of the stuff in my head. I'm still not always good at it, but it all works. It all works.
Well, you're on with some goofy guys on their podcast. So if you don't look at the camera perfectly, you're all right tonight.
All right,
you'll
cool.
Get away with it. Cool.
Hey, I might be getting kicked out of here. I think they're closing pretty soon.
You're gonna carry the
Remember,
laptop
it's the 2 hours. It's the whole 2 hours. Remember the 2 hour difference, the time difference.
Well, because it's what 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's like
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9
yeah.
o'clock.
Anyways, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll walk
You
out
and
with
I
the
can figure
computer
it
in my hand. You know?
So when did you, I know you were following, along with some of these other shows. When did you decide to say, all right, it's time for me to do my own thing?
So, it was early 2020, right? We all know what was going on.
Yeah.
I actually started doing it before lockdowns or whatever term we use these days.
Right.
But it was really that because all of a sudden I had some time. Like I was still working. I was working from home, but I'd been doing the same job for so long. Like, you go to work, you have your routine, you get this stuff done. You have some days where there's not much going on, so you can kind of turn your chair this way,
Yeah.
If my boss is watching, I don't do that, sir.
Yeah, Mel, he doesn't do that. No,
I do not do that. But no, it was kind of that, right? So actually, Dan C had done this this content creators competition thing where people could submit videos. Like Dan's a real supportive dude when it comes to content creation. And I submitted this video of me changing a gas door on my truck, and my video got picked. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool!" So I kind of kept going with it, and was having fun, and things were going well. So it became something I love to do, and yeah, that's really it. That's how I got started.
Wow.
And just started developing really good relationships with people, and some of which I still have now. And it's just a lot of good people, and it's fun, and it's just a fun thing to be a part of, this community.
Right. No, it's been a blast because, like we said, we're like, dude, we talk a lot. Like, let's do a podcast. Yeah. All right. So we started out as a normal podcast. Huh?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Joel? It was Truck or Tourette's. Remember, we had Truck or Tourette's Tuesday.
Yep. And we were just talking about trucking stuff, and then we had, we were trying to struggle to find guests, right, as when you first start, and then we came across a veteran, and then then we started it just continued veteran. I'm like, dude, this is our thing. This is what we're doing. This is the community we want to.
Like we say, we're not veterans, but our dads were, and this is the way that we give back.
Snapseed trucker got called out.
Oh, school.
Right. And that's kind of how it happens, right? You start doing something. I still, and I said this a lot when I was doing content coaching. Everybody has something to offer. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something they can create content about, right?
Right.
What you guys are providing is a place for people to. Oh, you getting in trouble?
Did you get last call?
He just said last call. If you want one more, I don't mind if you stay and finish your podcast. If you don't mind me closing around you. That's awesome.
Hey, cool. That's cool.
Listen, if you're in Nebraska, if you're in La Vista, if you're south of Omaha, come into Nebraska Brewing and have a beer and ask for Colin.
Make sure there you go. See, Mel's already teaching us more too.
You're wrong. Thanks.
Right.
While Eric's off doing other things. There you go. LOL La Vista. Eric, if he even hears me.
La Vista.
All right, Ken.
La Vista.
So
La Vista.
You've kind of moved, you went beard, then you kind of went into the content piece, and then you took a little bit of time off, right? From everything.
Last year life got crazy when like I said, I had to find a new job so that we could move to Wisconsin. And I was looking for something remote because there's not a lot of IT jobs up here unless you're like in Milwaukee or, in some of the bigger areas. So, luckily a recruiter found me on LinkedIn and I got hooked up with an awesome job, which I'm still working today and I love it. And, so job change, selling a house, all that stuff, and then moving here. And then of course we talked about the fire and, that's done. We got moved back into our house and, then moving. So much was going on in such a short period of time that I just didn't have the time that I would want to devote to creating content. So, I'm just not going to throw something out there just to throw something out there. And I didn't have time to produce something that was, that was to my standards. So yeah, I kind of slowed down. There was a time where I thought maybe I wouldn't create anything. So I just started posting gym videos and just hanging out and having fun,
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a time where I kind of took some time off. Yeah.
Yeah. But
did you feel like you missed it during that time?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. There were some things that kind of happened the first time around that, I sort of kind of got burned out, I guess I would say.
Right.
But you know, time heals things, and things get better. And you know, I just missed it. I missed the beard stuff. So,
Right.
so yeah, that's why I ended up coming back.
I think where some people, and I can say this personally, like my biggest struggle is you really, if you want to be successful, obviously you have to have good content, but you have to do it daily. Like you have to do
2 or
something.
3.
You have to have a plan. Well, right.
Yeah.
But it's just that it's something you need to do daily. And that's where I struggle. Sorry. I got an itch in my throat. But that's what we're getting ready to launch these other businesses. And that's what I was getting on my way. I'm like, you need to take more pictures. You need to do some video of what you're doing. And, you know, just go look at other stuff and kind of get an idea. You don't necessarily, you know, even though a lot of content is from learning about somebody else's content, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But see how you can switch it up, see if it hits, right? And
yeah, there's so much behind the scenes stuff that people don't really see, you know, if they're not creating content, right? It's
see Scotty, Scotty right there, labels on him about creating it.
Yeah, I mean the creator economy is huge, and that's where people are being found now is you know, through what we're doing. So, but there's so much behind the scenes stuff that people just don't realize goes on, right? Like, you know, there may be nights where you're not doing anything video wise, but you're just making notes or you know, getting your thoughts together because you're going to film something in a couple days.
Right.
Maybe just working on something in Canva or PicMonkey, whatever graphics thing you use. You know, just working on some graphics for something that's coming. I mean, there's so much that goes into it.
The planning is key.
Yeah. Yes.
It's key. And that's where I think like right now with her business, she's spending so much time doing the work. It's hard to get to doing that extra piece and making sure she's getting it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's where she's doing right now. I mean, she never woke up before like 7. Now she's waking up at 5 just to bake and get going. So
right.
And then staying up till midnight, getting back up every day. So comfort is no longer a thing in this household.
Yeah. Most people figuratively die in their comfort zones, right? If you stay in your comfort zone, you don't grow from there. So you have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So
I'm curious. So I'm sorry. Scotty Hastings is talking about, you know, his label wanting to make content and what he's saying here.
Right.
I wonder if Scotty knows Dan Lapine. So he's a Wisconsin musician. The dude actually goes to my gym. I don't know. Y'all ever heard of Quick Trip?
I have not.
Okay, it's definitely a Wisconsin thing, but it's huge in Wisconsin. It's a gas station, but it's an amazing gas station. Like even the food is good, right? We order pizza from there. Yeah, dude, it's so good. But Dan Lapine is he's a country style musician also. I met him at the gym, and he's got a song that's called you know, I Love Quick Trip. It's hilarious. I just thought of that. I wonder if Scotty's ever heard or knows him. Yeah.
We have Quick Trip here in Nashville.
So there's a QT and there's a KT. So the QUIK is one. I think it's more down south and maybe even over kind of Nebraska in that area too.
Right here in Omaha, I'm looking at one right across the street.
QT, right?
Quick Trip.
QT headquarters are 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah. So the Wisconsin Quick Trip is KWIK Trip, and it's only right now in Wisconsin, and there's a few in Minnesota, like right across the border.
Okay, his is QT.
Yeah.
There you go. See, we're learning. I love learning things. This is what this community is about, man. You get those comments going. I can't even. I'm like, Ken would go crazy just trying to follow along. I mean, you can obviously see them as well on the side there, but it gets a little distracting trying to pop up everything. So, now how did you know? I know you watching your show, especially when you were Ken, the content creator. How did you manage that? Because you did have a lot coming up, and you know it's hard to get to everything and make sure you're giving everybody their due time and their piece of the show.
It just takes a lot of practice. You know, you kind of get used to seeing the comments, and you kind of get used to seeing which comments, you know, people necessarily want on screen or talk about. and which ones are just kind of chatter, and because a lot of times you have people that are talking and having conversations amongst themselves in the chat.
Right.
So it's kind of getting used to differentiating that, or depending on where you are in the show and what you're talking about, you kind of know which comments are you kind of get used to which ones are for that part of the show or whatever. And I always tell people too, like, if you have something you definitely want to make sure I see, I promise you I don't skip them on purpose. So stick it out there again, or better yet, put a Q colon in front of it. If I see Q colon, then I'll know
about that too.
Yeah.
Well, and that's, I mean, his show is definitely a different, where we don't have to address it, but we do say, hey, thank you everybody for your comments. We're not going to, especially when you have a night where you're getting a lot, it does. Because we've had a few nights where it's like, man, you just can't even keep up. But there you go. Scotty doesn't know Dan. And I know, Scotty, I saw your video earlier. Scotty also has a headache, Eric. But that TBI,
Yeah. And I guess I didn't expect that he did. I mean, this guy's from Wisconsin, from this little small town that I'm from. So I just thought it'd be cool if he did. Yeah.
You get Scotty in some of these rooms with these people, and these guys start naming guys, and I know him, and because you said country music, right? If he's in the country music world, it is something that can come up. I love this too. Look at, hey Mel, you want to give away another stream? I did. Right? All right, y'all are cheating on us, man. Mel's cheating on you, man. She's in another stream.
It's a beard stream, right? There's some guys that we really support. So I was like, hey, make sure you tell them that I'm sorry I'm not there. Right. But I'm hanging out on a veteran stream. So tell them that, send my love.
That's awesome. That's awesome. My brain hates me 90% of the time. See?
Did you see Tatos?
Yeah. I'm more of a TA kind of best chicken fried steaks. Boom.
That sounds good.
Oh my gosh! Sometimes the Flying J, the Iron Skillet, Flying J, and Tonto travels all over because he's part of a war, which is Warriors and Rodeo.
Hey, what's up, Connor? There's Connor. Yeah,
there's Connor.
Hey, Colin needs a raise. I gave him a good tip, but listen, I appreciate you. I know,
Connor, thanks for staying open, letting Colin clean up.
I'm trying to clean up, man. Yeah, I was gonna go start mopping and stuff the floors. He's already got he's doing a good job, man. He's got the chairs up. He's not slacking, dude. You got a good beer too, by the way. Really good beer, solid.
There you go.
I might be taking some back to California, but the TSA will probably take them from me. So there you go.
Yeah,
I got inspected, man. I got inspected in San Francisco. My little tags in there. I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess I don't know.
You can't take your drinks through because your bottle of water may be dangerous, but the $8 bottle that you can buy beyond there is perfectly safe.
Is it even 8 anymore? Isn't it like 10 now?
Brutal.
Maybe.
Brutal.
All right, so
let's get on it. Let's do it.
And you've been through quite the transformation, right? I mean, just from the weight loss, going through this last year. You and Mel had a little roller coaster with the house situation, things like that. So what's next? I know you're back into doing your beard content, right?
And fitness.
So yeah, this
is it. I mean, this is what's next. I've made the rounds and doing some other content. Loved it, had fun doing it, really enjoyed it, met some great people like you guys and several other people. But this is where the beard stuff is where I'm meant to be. Fitness. Somebody asked me the other day, like, so you hit your goal, you finished 75 hard, you've lost all this weight, what's next? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'll ever be satisfied. I still look in the mirror and I still see the same person I was a year ago,
Right.
Will I ever be satisfied with where I'm at physically? I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely happier where I'm at, but so just more of the same. I mean, just staying on top of that because I know myself.
Mm-hmm.
I love to eat. I love
that's my struggle.
Right. And I'm married to a baker. And I love to eat her cookies and her everything she makes. And I blame her. I did tell her, and she knows this. I blame her for all the weight that I put on, but it's not really true.
That statement. I represent that statement. So hey, we got another Kentuckian, a fellow Kentuckian right here, Shannon Book, another music artist who is a good friend of Scotty Hastings as well. Nice. So Shannon, if you're so for you, Ken. Oh, Eric just dropped right off. For you, Ken, if you're on YouTube, go check out Dear Mom is Shannon's song. Got a great video. It's a beautiful video made to Gold Star. Make sure I say this right. Gold Star Moms.
Right.
And it's an amazing. It'll bring, make sure you're ready for it because it's going to bring on some emotion. It is a very good song. And he loves cookies. He loves to eat cookies.
I'll go check it out for sure. Yeah. I wrote down the song name and his name. So.
Yep. Always moving forward, Scott. I know even with that headache, you're moving forward.
Right.
So what is, you're doing, it's going to be growth. What do you want to see in the future? What do you want out of your content?
I just want to help people with it. I doing the beard reviews, right? It's fun to get to help people. It's fun to get to help companies, working with companies, helping. I mean, and let's be honest, Corey doesn't need me, right? He doesn't need me for this, but I think people bring ideas to each other. We work together. I've helped companies make deodorants, and I've helped, with oils and butters, and just helping with that industry on that level. Right now, am I ever going to be a big time consultant and that's going to be my full-time job? No, probably not.
Is that what you want though?
I mean, if it ever happened, it'd be amazing. I would love it, but that's just not where I see myself going with it. Okay. I love helping the companies that I work with now and hanging out with the people that are in the community. And, as far as the fitness stuff, part of posting fitness content is not only to help inspire others, but it keeps me accountable too. So that's really where that came from for me. But yeah, that's just what I want to do. I want to keep doing what I'm doing, having fun, making good friends and just building relationships and helping where I can, obviously helping consumers too. I mean, Corey knows this, Corey's in here, but helping consumers is the number one, right? If I get a product from a company, they want me to review it and it's just not a good product, my first responsibility is to the consumer who's going to buy that product. So, I want on all those levels. That's what I want my content to do for people. However it can help people, that's what I want.
Right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. As we got the love-thon going between Mel and Corey and everybody else and the teamwork and everybody's apparently you guys won something nice in that other stream. So sounds good.
I don't know.
So not only do you get to be on this podcast, but you get to win something else. So what a great night.
Right.
And Mel, we appreciate you for joining both. So that's you're just talented being on both shows. Now somebody that's looking into jumping into content creation, I know you've stepped away a little bit, but what's probably your biggest advice to somebody that's looking to just get started?
Just hit record, just like I used to say on my coaching channel.
Okay.
Just hit that record button. And even if you don't think you're ready for it, make your videos. Whatever it is you decided you want to talk about, don't over plan it to the point that you never actually start, because you can do that. I can still do it if I'm not careful. If I got a video that I want to make, I can plan it and plan it and plan it. They call it paralysis by analysis. And for somebody that's new at it and you're afraid, like, is anybody going to like this video? Is it going to be good? Go back and watch my first video. And that's not just me trying to get you to my channel. If you're scared to make a video, go back and watch my first video and then go make yours, because I guarantee you it'll be better than my first video. The more you do, the more you learn, but you got to get those videos out there to learn that and to make things better. So
let's hear what Corey has to say. He's got 3 things. What you got for us, Corey? Go ahead and share him. Oh, there's Eric's back.
There you are.
Now he got kicked out.
Dude, it's cool thing, man. It's a cool little place.
Turn your phone sideways. You know better.
Oh, damn it.
There you go. We have to tell a lot of guests that. All right. So Corey said pick a niche. All right, buddy. Pick a niche, define your target audience, and be consistent. I like, and that's what I think Eric and I were going back and forth when we started this. Is we're like, dude, what do we talk about? And then we were just talking about everything. And then when the veteran thing and the military thing started happening, we're like, okay, we have to pick a lane, right? Just pick a lane and stay in it. And that's what we've done. And it's, as I said earlier, it's been a beautiful thing.
Yeah. A lot of people find their niche when they do.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I'm going to jump off because I don't want to bring this show down because of my microphone situation, all that. But Ken, I love you, man. Thank you for joining us again. I'm going to jump off. Mike, you got it handled. I'll call you
hopefully
later. And yeah, no, I will. But I'm going to jump off. I'm not going to bring this down. You got a good job.
All right.
You need to do something. So,
hey, be
bye.
safe, Eric.
See you, brother.
It's funny because Scotty, turn your phone sideways. Because when we had Scotty on, we had to tell him, turn your phone sideways, Scotty.
Right.
Because that's you see in my, because I always send every guest an email and say, hey, you know, if you can, try not to be on a phone because, you know, first off, you heard Eric's audio. Like, you know, audio is not always the best off of a phone unless somebody's using a headset. And even there, you don't know what you're going to get. And then people get on there and they don't understand the bars. And I don't know. I'm very picky about that stuff. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. No, me too. I've got some show notes I sent out and stuff too. I kind of give some, this is what I would like you to be prepared for. Yeah.
Right. So your backdrop. So how long did it take you to really get, okay, when I'm on camera, this is exactly what's on camera. This is what people can see. How long did it take you to get it to the way you liked it? Especially going into the new place.
Yeah, I mean, a couple hours. So I've got a standing desk. So during most of my streams, I'm usually standing.
Okay.
I decided to sit down tonight, but you know, I've got it kind of arranged so that I can either sit or stand, and things are sort of arranged back there. Yeah. Right. So like this picture here is actually a wood cutout. Here, I'll do this. It's actually a wood cutout of Lake Michigan.
As we take the slow ride. All right, everybody buckle up. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, you got to show the whole thing because otherwise it gets a little deceiving there.
Right. So that's Lake Michigan there. I bought that in Door County. I just thought it was cool. Right. I've got my old Bluegrass Bearded logo here.
I've seen that.
Just for nostalgia, right? And then, you know, all the Packers stuff back here because this is Wisconsin and Packers.
Are you a Packers fan or are you just rocking it because of where you live?
No, I have been my whole life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So really funny. I was so 92 when Dan Mikowski, when he got hurt, I was watching that game, right? This when Favre came in.
Right.
And I was watching that game. I was 10 years old. And I've liked the Packers ever since. And then it just so happened that I met a woman from Wisconsin while we were in Germany. And just the way it's supposed to happen.
Crazy. Right? Well, and what's funny is, you know, you see athletes like Favre, right? I remember when Favre first came, and then when they got him mic'd up, it was even better.
Oh yeah,
because when you got to hear him talk, and you know, I know he's gotten himself in some trouble now, but when you got to hear him talk on the field and the singing and, you know, just doing whatever he wanted, it was just classic.
Yeah.
Some great moments.
I love players mic'd up. They're usually pretty funny, but he was one of the best.
He was. I mean, and that was kind of like the early days of when we got to start hearing athletes mic'd up was with him. So I think that's what made it so great, at least from what I remember. I mean, I'm 48, so 92, I was, junior in high school.
Right.
So I do remember somewhat.
Yeah.
Except for I was getting in trouble.
There you go. No, but just a total coincidence that I've been a Packers fan my entire life. And then I met my wife from Wisconsin and Germany. It was just, it was cool.
And then you find a job because the job's what ultimately moved you to Wisconsin, right?
Well, no, I mean, we wanted to move to Wisconsin, but I had to find a job to do that because, you know, I couldn't stay at Fort Knox. So I've got a remote job. It's in a completely different state.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
IT, man, you could work anywhere, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's great.
As long as you got an internet connection, you're good to go.
Yep.
I need that.
Life is good. I can't complain.
That's good. Well, you're doing great things. I highly recommend, you know, we'll share Ken's links on all the after notes as well. But we want to make sure, you know, follow him on YouTube. He's definitely doing some big things there. If you're in the beard community or you know somebody that has a beard and they need a little help with it, right? It's a little out of control. have them go follow this. Ken will point you in the direction of some products. I need to check out that shelf apparently, so I can get a little more, because we had the whole conversation about Eric's first shirt, right? So we won't talk too much about that, but that's the only product I've had in the last 6 months. So I need to
there's some really good stuff out there. And your beard looks great.
It's I got to get out of the mic, but every once in a while it just wants to split, so then I have two pieces,
right?
But I don't mind. Oh, and then my dog.
Is it a natural split like a French fork?
It like if I leave it alone and then one time I'll look and it'll automatically be split.
Yeah.
But what's funny is when I grow everything else out, it feels like my goatee gets fuller. But then when I shave that, I don't know if it's just a weird like mind thing that my goatee is not as full. Like it starts to get thinned out a little more.
Yeah, a lot of it is our mind. Most of us, I'll tell you, nobody judges your beard more than you do.
Oh,
and that goes for all of us,
Right.
So yeah.
So what's your, and I know you got Corey on here, you got a lot of guys on here. Is there a top product that's one of your favorites?
Oh man.
Or am I putting you on the spot?
No, it's fine. I mean, if you ask me for my top 5, gosh, there's so many that are good. Weatherbeard for sure. I've been rocking with Weatherbeard since 2020 is when Corey and I met. So ever since then, I mean, there's Define Beard Co. There's the Bearded Mac. There's Ruddy Man. There's Magic City's a great one. Fetty's. I mean, there's so many. If you go look at my site, there's several companies there that I'm actually affiliated with, but there's other companies too that I'm not, that I would recommend also.
Okay.
There's just so much good stuff out there. So much. I mean, the industry is blowing up. It's growing. The companies come and go, but there's so much good stuff out there that I would recommend.
All right.
It's almost hard to find something bad now.
You were in the middle of telling a good story, so I didn't want to bring this up, but Joey, this is going back earlier in the show. Strawberry cheesecake was one of the scent that your wife liked.
I wonder if he's talking about the strawberry cookies.
Is that what it is? It was probably that, because he was talking during the pandemic.
Yeah, my wife has she has her own beard oil collaboration with Ruddy Man.
Nice.
We did sort of a joint collaboration that was strawberry cookies. I don't know if that's what he's talking about, or
it probably is.
Else, yeah,
it probably is. He probably messed up his desserts there.
Yeah, there probably is a strawberry cheesecake scent. I don't think that I've had it, but yeah.
Well, and I think Corey, for you to be successful in the industry, whether you're doing the content creation or you're making the product, you have to try everybody else's stuff, right? So you want to have the ability to be able to try all the other products out there, right? I mean, that's what I'm doing with wine, at least. I mean, I'm drinking all the wine I can, not to just drink it, but to see how everybody else is making it, what it tastes like, things like that.
Right.
So
this industry, the beard industry, is special in the fact. So Corey's a great example of this. We talked about this on Monday night, where you will see Corey constantly show love to other companies. The company that we were talking about at the beginning, Johnny Ray, that I'm going to be reviewing, that video will be out Monday. Corey supports the heck out of that guy. Ruddy Man's another one. He helps other companies, and other companies do this too, right? Like the best companies that do this understand that they're not each other's competition. That, there's a beard community on Instagram, but we are not a beard company's main market, right? We're the ones that get to hang out with them and have fun, and we certainly buy stuff and all that, but their main market is outside of social media. So these companies, I'll say internally, but it's really not internally to the beard community. I mean, they are behind the scenes helping each other, working together. And Corey's great at that. So one thing I love about being a part of this is that you get to see, companies helping each other, showing each other love, and it's great.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, and givers gain, right? I always believe in givers gain. So if you show love, there's going to be something in return. Not that you're asking for it or you're waiting on it, it's just the way life works, is what I truly believe in.
Yep. What's the saying? A rising tide raises all ships.
Yep.
We all win together. And the people that get it, they're all going to win together. It's kind of saying the same thing, but the people that don't get it just won't be a part of that. It is what it is. But people win together, and that's one thing that's special about this industry is companies working together like that. I love being a part of that.
Well, and I've only gotten a small snapshot of it, and it's been pretty awesome because I've seen the intertwining and just the collaboration between so many different companies is great to see.
Yeah.
My wife and I are saying Johnny Ray.
Yeah, Johnny Ray. That's a company out of Michigan.
Nice. Man, Corey, we need to talk. Well, Ken, I know you're a couple hours ahead of us, so I don't want to keep you all night. But it's been a long time in the making. We finally made it happen. And I know Eric's probably crying because for him to drop off, he's probably bummed because this is something he's been looking forward to for so many months or a year. But we do appreciate you finally getting to come on, join us, share your story, and tell a little bit about what you've been through and how you've worked through it. So definitely appreciate you taking the time to do that with us tonight, and hopefully you can get Mel on. Yeah,
no, for sure. Her military story is a lot better than mine.
Hey, we don't rank military stories. Everyone has a great story. It's just wherever we go, and I know we really wanted to focus on your content and a lot of what that is. So we probably glided a little bit past the military career, but everybody's got a great story, Ken. You just don't think about it, but you still have an amazing story. It tells to go through what you did at a young age, to go through the military, come out, you still have a great positive attitude. You just this last, 9 months hasn't been easy, and you still seem very positive. So, and Mel seems very positive. You guys are winning stuff on other streams and all at the same time.
Oh, Eric, no big deal, man. No, look, I've never been shy to talk about my story, and my childhood and the stuff that got me to where I'm at. I've always said, if my story can help one person, then I'm all for telling it. I'm one of those people. I don't think there's any reason to hide from your past, to hide from the things that you went through. My childhood was rough, but my childhood got me to the Army. Again, luckily my grandmother was there. I mean, she, if my grandmother was not around, who knows? I mean, life may be a whole lot different, right?
Right.
But all that got me to the Army, and then the Army got me to Mel, and the Army got me to what I do today. And everything happens for a reason. So if my story can help even one person that may be going through something similar at the moment, you guys asked me earlier, did I know at, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever years old, did I know that what I was living in was not good? And I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain that at 7, 8 years old that, you come home and your mother is passed out on the ground because she just took a bottle of, she took some stuff.
Right.
At that age, how do you process that? How do you know that that's not a good thing?
Well, calling 911 at 8.
Yeah. I can never explain that because I don't know. Like, I wonder about my kids, right? I know my kids are smart. My kids are awesome. But if they were faced with something like that, which luckily they never have and never will be, but would they know it's wrong? And I think so.
Well, we hope, right?
Yeah. But I can't explain how I knew to do the things that I did when I was a kid. I mean, I was pretty much raising my sister. Again, I was staying with my grandmother a lot. I mean, we could talk this story for hours with stuff that I've seen and dealt with. But, you get to a point where when you've seen so much stuff like that, stuff doesn't bother me anymore, because if you can't make it worse than what I saw when I was that age, then you're not touching.
It made the military calm for you. It wasn't a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, when other people were going nuts, I was like, now I will tell you the story. I did have my first, the first couple days, I did not wake up one morning. Well, I woke up, but I didn't get up fast enough, right?
Right.
Drill sergeant's going around the bay, and he's like, get out of bed. And he gets around to my side. I was on the far side of the room from his office. And he comes around and he's like, why ain't you out of bed yet? And I made the mistake of saying, I'm coming, I'm on my way, or something like that. That was the last time I ever said anything. I was on my feet after that, but
right.
But yeah, I won't say basic training was easy, but it wasn't hard either.
Right. Corey, his grandma too. Well, and that's what's amazing is we get to see how everybody's military service made them who they are, or some people went in, had a bad military service, right, and then came out and life was a struggle. Some people were just so meant for the military that coming out was a struggle,
right?
And I think that's where you went in with a struggle in life already, not caused by yourself, you just being a kid being dealt the cards you were, but luckily you had grandma to kind of even your life out for you. But still, everybody has a different story. And that's why I say, like, man, don't worry about your story, because it's still great. Like it's still something that's, for me, I take away from it. Yeah. Bad childhood makes basic training feel like a safe space. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very true statement. Yeah.
That's well, and just your story on you being from Wisconsin, Mel being from Wisconsin, you meet in Germany, just all this stuff, man. It's just amazing. And then moving back. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, thank you so much. We will be putting everything, as I said, in the links. Here is his beacon. You can get all his social media. You can go to his YouTube. You can go to his website, kensconsin.com, right?
You got it.
And everything's there for you. Go follow. If you're in the beard world, go follow. If you just want some inspiration, man, go check out Ken. He's got something for you. Every day is a little bit different, right? So check it out.
And if I can help in any way, again, that's why I don't mind telling my story, because if it can help somebody, if you need somebody to talk to, send me a message. Seriously.
Appreciate that. Now, hardest question of the night. We didn't prep you for this one.
Uh-oh.
You and Mel hanging out, end of the night. What's the go-to drink?
Protein shake or water right now.
All right. There you go.
But I'll tell you, cider.
It doesn't have to be something fancy. So
right. No, we're sort of like cider and moonshine people. So.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
So we have a great cider place here locally to us that, they just always making new flavors, and I always look forward. Like, they have a banana one. Oh man, stuff's so good.
We have some that we bought. So Door County cider, we bought like 4 bottles of like I don't know, some kind of pear cider. This cider was amazing, and we haven't even opened it yet.
Oh really?
So, yeah.
Nice. That's what part of our wine bar we want. We're gonna have like 8 taps for like the beer side, but we're gonna have 6 beers in all different kinds rotating, and then we'll have a cider and we'll have a seltzer, because we got to make sure we get a little bit of everybody taken care of.
Absolutely.
But wine will be our number one. Oh, Mel said rum chata.
Oh yeah, rum chata. She makes some really good rum chata cupcakes.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
See, I like you said, I have a baker. That's what I was talking about. We got a brand new bread oven coming our way. That's not cheap, and I'm interested in what's going to happen now, because our house is going to be smelling like bread and dessert all the time.
Right.
So I don't know how I lose weight. All right, Ken. Well, I don't want to hold you hostage anymore. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mel, for letting us borrow him for an hour and a half here. And Ken, I wish you the best of luck. If you ever have any feedback for us to help us get a little bit better, we're always open ears too. So
I appreciate it. Yeah, same to you guys.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks. Yeah, you too.
All righty. All right. I don't even have Eric to talk to here, man. Eric, usually we get to do our little banter back and forth, but what we'll do is get some war, because we didn't do that.
The Contagion Effects show can also be heard on Wreaths Across America Radio on Truckin' Tuesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. You can find Wreaths Across America Radio on the iHeart app, the Odyssey app, and the TuneIn app. Search the word Wreath.
I do want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. All the comments, super appreciate everybody in the comments. Thank you, Mel. You were very much appreciated for all your comments and involvement. But everybody at Hero Stock, I'm sorry I didn't get to make it, but I hope you guys all have a ton of fun, and all the veterans and first responders are going to have an amazing time. So thank you all. And Ken, thank you. I know. I'm sorry, Taylor. Maybe next year we'll make sure we plan it out. But to everyone out there, deuces. As I get everything going the wrong way.